Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on finding yourself again, period, right? Because sometimes we go through sad times, bitches, we get depressed, just not feel like ourselves, and that's okay. Sorry about that. We have another emotional support doggy. Let me introduce you to Bella Rose. But back to the video. She's hyper, she's excited. There we go, that's much better. Sorry about that. This video is going to be about steps that you want to take in order to just find yourself again. And I want you to start off with things that you are looking to just get back to. What did you like to do when you were growing up? You know, before life started hitting you and started being crazy, you had to pay bills, or you had to go to school and you had to go to after school, attend things, or to help take care of your parents and your younger siblings. I'm talking about all of that, right? And I think it's important that we are chasing and looking for that inner child so that we can really get a gist of who we are. We all have passions. We all have creativities, and if this is not something that you feel like you do have, it's most likely because you haven't felt safe enough to explore those things. And when I mean that, I mean that you probably could have had a lot of interests growing up, but it's possible that you could have had a lot of responsibility placed on you at a young age, and with that responsibility came stress. You know, it's just unfortunate what we have to go through. I myself had a pretty rough childhood, and I had to grow up incredibly fast, and so I understand when you may not be okay with that being the case, you know, or you just push back further in your mind and say, well, what I wanted to do wasn't an option anyways. I don't have time to deal with that. I have to focus on this bag. I gotta get this money. I gotta get this schoolwork done. I gotta take care of this family. I gotta take care of these kids. I gotta take care of this brother-sister thing going on, the rent, right? I'm noticing that more and more so, and it's so easy to lose ourselves when we get in environments and do things like that. It's so easy for us to not remember what it is that we like to do. We can also lose ourselves as well when we confine and conform to things that just don't make us happy, whether that's people, places, or things, work environments, schools that we don't like, people we don't like that we're dating. Nobody really wants to talk about that. Toxic relationships, toxic family members. We need to be more mindful of things like that because they drain us to the core. And at the end of the day, everything is energy. It is, whether you want to admit it or not. It's energy, and nobody should be in a place that depletes their energy. That's all you got. You only have your life force, and you should honor it well. You should honor your body well. You should honor your mental health well, and it shouldn't come second to no one or second to nothing, because the moment that you step away from that thing that basically made you lose yourself, you will find on the other side of the rainbow is the pot of gold. Just an example, I was working at a job that I hated for about 2 years, and I was a receptionist, and it was the worst. It was in healthcare. It was the worst. And I will never forget the way I was treated, talked down upon. I gained about 30 pounds, and weight gain is not a problem. We still sexy, thick and thin. But it was also carrying a lot of not just physical weight, but emotional weight on me that I could feel. I felt inflamed, and I was inflamed, and I was puffy, and I was stressed out, and I just knew this was not the best version of myself, and I didn't want to stay there. And push came to shove, I wasn't trying to release it either. Push came to shove, I had an incident happen there, basically made me lose that job, and I was the happiest that I had ever been. Even though I was like really wondering, like, oh my God, like, how how am I gonna pay my bills? Like, what am I supposed to do moving forward? Like, but I realized that you just have to have faith. You gotta really trust and believe that you'll really be taken care of. And there was a period where I wasn't working, and I really was taken care of by sources that, just outside sources that I just wasn't expecting. But because I have faith that things would be okay, I have faith that things would work out for me, I trusted in that first and foremost. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that we should be more on top of that, more on top of our spiritual practices. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go and immediately start believing in God. Everybody has a different practice. Some people say the universe, spirit guides, ancestors. Some people think that's demonic. Whatever floats your boat. If it's Jesus, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, whatever floats your boat, have faith that you are taken care of, because most of us are. And you usually fall off track when we don't believe that we are. When we feel as though, because maybe family isn't supporting us, the boyfriend or the girlfriend ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, or they treating you wrong, or you got friends stabbing you in the back, we usually can feel as though we are not being taken care of. But you have to shift your mindset and really remember, everything is happening for you and not to you. You are learning for a reason. You are learning for a reason. Whatever you're going through, it is for a reason. You have to be able to trust that, especially if you know your capabilities, especially if you know where you're supposed to be at. You know you're smart, you know you're independent, you know you do what you gotta do, you handle your business, you follow your dreams, you take care of what you gotta take care of. And we need to be more on top of that vibration as a whole. And that's what it takes to find yourself. We're not finding ourselves, we're just rediscovering who we were before life decided to hit us, before the going got really, really tough. And you do that on a daily basis. You take small steps, baby steps, little increments every single day. You do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do, okay? You handle what you have to handle at all period points and times. And it'll work itself out, I promise. I'm sending you so much love. Bye for now.